Have you noticed that some of the best gardening products at Dollar Tree never seem to stay on the shelves for long? While most shoppers head straight for the seasonal decorations, experienced gardeners know that's where the real bargains are hiding. This year, Dollar Tree has quietly stocked dozens of new garden essentials that can help you grow healthier vegetables, brighter flowers, and a backyard that looks far more expensive than it actually is. Some of these items replace tools that cost 3 or 4 times as much at big box stores. Others solve everyday gardening problems in surprisingly clever ways. The catch? Many of these products disappear within weeks once gardening season reaches its peak. If you wait too long, you'll likely find empty shelves instead. Today, we're counting down 15 new Dollar Tree garden products you should grab before they're gone in 2026. Some are practical, some are surprisingly versatile, and a few may completely change the way you garden this summer. Let's start with one of the biggest surprises hiding in the garden aisle. Number 15, Heavy-Duty Garden Kneeling Pad. At first glance, this looks like nothing more than a simple foam pad. It's lightweight, inexpensive, and easy to overlook, but once you spend an afternoon planting flowers, pulling weeds, or harvesting vegetables, you'll understand why gardeners are buying these every time they see them. The updated 2026 version is noticeably thicker than many previous Dollar Tree kneeling pads, offering better cushioning against rocks, mulch, gravel, and hard soil. Instead of kneeling directly on damp ground, you get a comfortable barrier that protects both your knees and your clothes. What makes this product especially useful is its versatility. Many gardeners also use it while washing cars, cleaning baseboards, organizing low cabinets, or working on home improvement projects. It's one of those purchases that quickly earns a permanent place in the garage. Another smart trick is using it as a portable seat for children helping in the garden, or as a cushion underneath flower pots to improve drainage on patios and decks. Because it's lightweight, you can easily carry it around the yard all day without noticing the extra weight. Some experienced gardeners even buy several at once, one for gardening, one for camping, and another for household projects. Considering similar kneeling pads at hardware stores often cost several times more, this is one of those Dollar Tree bargains that's difficult to ignore. It's simple, practical, and surprisingly durable for the price. And judging by how quickly they disappear each spring, plenty of shoppers have already figured that out. Number 14, Stackable Seed Starting Trays. If you're planning to grow vegetables, herbs, or flowers from seed this year, don't walk past Dollar Tree's new Stackable Seed Starting Trays. They're one of the smartest low-cost purchases in the entire garden section, especially for gardeners who enjoy starting plants indoors before the weather warms up. Unlike randomly reusing yogurt cups or food containers, these trays are designed specifically for seed germination. Each cell provides just enough space for young roots to develop without becoming overcrowded, making it easier to transplant healthy seedlings into larger pots or directly into the garden later. One feature shoppers are really appreciating this year is how neatly these trays stack together. If you're growing dozens of seedlings on a sunny windowsill or under grow lights, saving space becomes incredibly important. Instead of cluttering every available surface, you can organize multiple varieties in one compact area while keeping your gardening setup clean and manageable. The trays also help prevent one of the biggest mistakes beginners make: overwatering. Because each cell holds only a small amount of soil, it's easier to monitor moisture levels and avoid soggy conditions that can cause seeds to rot before they ever sprout. Healthy drainage means stronger roots and sturdier young plants. They're perfect for starting tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, basil, parsley, lettuce, marigolds, zinnias, and dozens of other popular garden favorites. Even if only a handful of seedlings succeed, you've already saved far more money than buying mature plants from a garden center. Many experienced Dollar Tree shoppers buy several packs at once. They label each tray with the planting date and variety, making it simple to track germination rates and compare different seeds throughout the season. What really makes these trays worth grabbing now is their seasonal availability. Once spring planting reaches full swing, they're usually among the first gardening supplies to disappear. By mid-season, finding them can be nearly impossible. For such a small investment, they're one of the easiest ways to start a productive garden while spending far less than you would on nursery-grown plants. Number 13. Self-watering planter inserts. One of the biggest challenges in gardening isn't choosing the right plants, it's remembering to water them consistently. That's exactly why Dollar Tree's new self-watering planter inserts have become one of the most talked about garden finds of 2026. At first, they don't look particularly impressive. They're simply lightweight plastic inserts that fit inside many standard flower pots, but hidden beneath the soil is a small water reservoir that helps deliver moisture to the roots gradually instead of all at once. This simple design can make a noticeable difference, especially during the hottest weeks of summer. Rather than drying out completely between waterings, the soil stays evenly moist for much longer. That means less stress on your plants and less work for you. These inserts are especially useful for container vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and strawberries, along with thirsty herbs such as basil, parsley, and cilantro. Flowering annuals like petunias, begonias, and impatiens also benefit from the more consistent moisture, producing healthier foliage and longer-lasting blooms. They're also a great solution if you're away from home for a weekend. While they won't replace regular watering forever, they can give your plants a valuable buffer during hot weather when pots tend to dry out quickly. Many experienced gardeners even use these inserts creatively. Some place them inside decorative ceramic pots that don't have drainage holes, while others combine them with mulch to reduce evaporation even further. Together, this creates a simple watering system that costs only a fraction of what you'd pay for premium self-watering containers. Another advantage is that healthier watering habits often lead to healthier roots. Plants that receive steady moisture are less likely to suffer from blossom end rot, leaf curling, or sudden wilting caused by repeated cycles of soaking and drying. Products like these usually disappear fast because shoppers quickly recognize the value. Similar self-watering accessories at garden centers often cost several times more, making Dollar Tree's version one of those budget-friendly finds that's well worth picking up whenever you spot it. If container gardening is part of your summer plans, this is one item you probably won't regret adding to your cart. Number 12. Expandable Garden Trellis. If you grow climbing plants, Dollar Tree's new expandable garden trellis may be one of the smartest purchases you'll make this season. It's affordable, lightweight, and surprisingly versatile, yet many shoppers walk right past it without realizing how many problems it can solve. Unlike fixed supports that only fit one size or shape, this trellis expands and contracts to match the needs of different plants and containers. Whether you're growing cucumbers, pole beans, sweet peas, morning glories, or climbing roses, you can adjust it in just a few seconds to create the perfect support. Giving vines something to climb does more than make your garden look tidy. It improves airflow around the leaves, helps reduce moisture-related diseases, and keeps fruits off the ground where they're less likely to rot or attract pests. Even small vegetable gardens can produce larger, cleaner harvests simply by growing upward instead of letting plants sprawl across the soil. Container gardeners love these trellises because they fit easily into patio pots, raised beds, and balcony planters. A tomato or cucumber plant that would normally take over an entire corner can now grow vertically, leaving more room for other vegetables and flowers. Creative gardeners have found even more uses for them. Some attach several together to create a privacy screen covered in flowering vines. Others use them as decorative backdrops for hanging baskets, while some install them against fences to train ivy or jasmine into beautiful living walls. Despite the lightweight design, they're sturdy enough to support most annual climbing plants throughout the growing season. And when autumn arrives, they fold flat for easy storage, taking up very little space in the garage or garden shed. Comparable expandable trellises at home improvement stores often cost several times more, making Dollar Tree's version one of the best budget-friendly garden upgrades available. Because they're only stocked seasonally, experienced shoppers rarely buy just one. They grab several while they're still available, knowing they'll always find another use for them later. If you've been looking for an inexpensive way to make your garden healthier, more organized, and more attractive, this simple trellis delivers far more value than its price suggests. Number 11. Adjustable plant caddies with rolling wheels. Moving heavy flower pots is one of those gardening jobs that almost everyone dreads. A large container filled with wet soil can easily weigh 30 pounds or more, making it difficult to reposition without straining your back or damaging your patio. That's exactly why Dollar Tree's new adjustable rolling plant caddies are becoming one of the smartest garden buys of 2026. At first glance, they don't look particularly exciting. They're simply rolling platforms that sit underneath your planter. But once you start using them, you'll wonder how you ever managed without one. The adjustable design allows the caddy to fit a wide variety of pot sizes, from small herb containers to much larger decorative planters. Strong locking clips hold the pot securely in place, while smooth rolling wheels let you move even heavy plants with almost no effort. This becomes incredibly useful during changing weather. If a heat wave is stressing your flowers, simply roll them into partial shade. When severe storms are approaching, move delicate plants under a covered patio in seconds. During cooler months, it's just as easy to roll tropical plants back indoors before temperatures drop. Another major benefit is healthier plant growth. Instead of leaving containers in one location all season, you can rotate them regularly so every side receives equal sunlight. This helps plants grow fuller, straighter, and more evenly, especially flowering plants and container vegetables. Gardeners also appreciate how these rolling caddies protect expensive outdoor surfaces. Rather than dragging heavy pots across wooden decks, concrete patios, or tile flooring and leaving scratches behind, the wheels allow containers to glide smoothly without causing damage. Creative homeowners have found plenty of additional uses as well. Some use them for oversized indoor houseplants, while others place whiskey barrels, citrus trees, or decorative fountains on them for easier cleaning and maintenance. Even holiday decorations become easier to rearrange throughout the year. Comparable rolling plant caddies often sell for several times the price at garden centers and home improvement stores. That's why Dollar Tree's version has quickly become one of the most sought-after hidden bargains in the seasonal garden aisle. It's not a flashy purchase, but it's one of those practical tools that saves time, protects your back, and makes caring for heavy container plants easier every single day. Number 10. Adjustable plant support rings. Every gardener has experienced it at least once. A healthy tomato plant suddenly bends under the weight of its fruit. Peonies flop over after a heavy rain. Tall flowers lean in every direction after a windy afternoon. That's where Dollar Tree's new adjustable plant support rings become one of the most useful garden products you'll find this year. Unlike traditional stakes that support only one side of the plant, these circular support rings surround the stem, providing balanced support from every angle. As the plant grows, you can reposition or raise the ring higher, helping it stay upright without tying stems too tightly. This simple design not only keeps plants looking neater, but also helps improve air circulation. Better airflow reduces excess moisture trapped around the leaves, lowering the chances of mildew, fungal diseases, and pest problems that often develop in crowded gardens. They're ideal for tomatoes, peppers, dahlias, lilies, hydrangeas, zinnias, cosmos, and many other plants that become top-heavy during the growing season. Even young shrubs can benefit from a little extra stability while establishing strong root systems. One reason experienced gardeners love these supports is that they blend into the landscape much better than bulky cages or large wooden stakes. Once foliage fills in, they're barely noticeable, allowing the beauty of the plant to remain the center of attention. They're also reusable year after year. At the end of the season, simply rinse off any dirt, stack them together, and store them in the garage or garden shed. Unlike wooden supports that can rot or split over time, these lightweight rings hold up surprisingly well through multiple growing seasons. Another clever use is inside large container gardens. Patio tomatoes, dwarf sunflowers, and ornamental grasses often become unstable in pots because their roots have limited space. Adding a support ring early in the season prevents stems from snapping later when the plants reach full size. Considering similar adjustable supports often cost several dollars each at garden centers, Dollar Tree's version delivers exceptional value. It's one of those inexpensive tools that quietly solves a frustrating problem before it ever starts. If you want stronger, healthier, and better-looking plants this summer, don't underestimate this simple little garden helper. Many shoppers do, and then wish they had picked up a few extras when they had the chance. Number 9. Coconut Coir Hanging Basket Liners. Hanging baskets are one of the easiest ways to add color and personality to a porch, patio, or backyard. But without a good liner, they dry out quickly, lose soil, and often need constant watering. That's why Dollar Tree's new Coconut Coir Hanging Basket Liners are becoming a favorite among budget-conscious gardeners. Made from natural coconut fibers, these liners do much more than simply hold potting mix. They help retain moisture while still allowing excess water to drain away, creating a healthier environment for plant roots. Instead of water rushing straight through the basket, the coir absorbs and slowly releases moisture, reducing how often you'll need to water during hot summer days. They're perfect for colorful flowers like petunias, calibrachoa, geraniums, begonias, and fuchsias. But many gardeners are taking them a step further by creating edible hanging baskets filled with strawberries, trailing cherry tomatoes, oregano, thyme, and other compact herbs. It's a great way to maximize growing space, especially if you have a small patio or balcony. Another reason gardeners love coconut coir is its natural appearance. The rich brown fibers blend beautifully with outdoor landscapes, giving hanging baskets a classic high-end look without the premium price tag. Even inexpensive wire baskets suddenly look much more attractive with a fresh coir liner. Some experienced gardeners even cut these liners into smaller pieces to use around potted plants as a natural mulch. The fibers help reduce evaporation, keep soil cooler during extreme heat, and minimize splashing when watering, which can also help reduce certain plant diseases. They're also surprisingly durable. With proper care, many liners last through multiple growing seasons before needing replacement, making them an even better value over time. Comparable coconut liners at garden centers often cost several times more than Dollar Tree's version. That's one of the reasons they rarely stay in stock for long. As soon as hanging basket season begins, shoppers tend to buy several at once for flower displays, herb gardens, and decorative outdoor projects. If you're planning to brighten up your outdoor space this year, this simple upgrade can make your hanging baskets healthier, longer lasting, and far more impressive without stretching your gardening budget. Number 8. Garden Plant Labels and Waterproof Marker Set. Every gardener starts the season convinced they'll remember where everything was planted. A few weeks later, tiny green sprouts begin appearing, and suddenly every row looks exactly the same. Is that basil or parsley? Did you plant sweet peppers or jalapenos? Without labels, it quickly turns into a guessing game. That's why Dollar Tree's new garden plant labels have become one of the most practical garden purchases of 2026. They may not be flashy, but they can save you from weeks of confusion and costly mistakes. The updated labels are made from durable plastic that stands up well to rain, watering, and strong summer sunshine. Paired with a waterproof garden marker, they remain readable far longer than ordinary paper tags or permanent markers that fade after a few weeks outdoors. Most gardeners use them to identify vegetables, herbs, and flowers, but they're just as useful for recording planting dates, fertilizer schedules, or different tomato varieties growing side by side. If you're experimenting with heirloom seeds or testing several cultivars, good labeling helps you track which plants perform best throughout the season. These labels are especially valuable for gardeners who start seedlings indoors. Instead of trying to remember which tray contains peppers and which contains eggplants, every container stays clearly identified from germination all the way to harvest. Creative gardeners have found even more ways to use them. Some write watering reminders for newly planted shrubs, while others mark the location of spring bulbs so they don't accidentally dig them up later in the year. They're also perfect for teaching children about gardening, making it easy for young helpers to recognize different plants as they grow. Another advantage is that they're reusable. At the end of the season, simply wipe them clean with rubbing alcohol or a household cleaner, and they're ready for next year's garden. That makes them far more economical than disposable paper labels. It's a simple product that many shoppers overlook, yet experienced gardeners know how valuable good organization can be. When planting season is at its busiest, clear labels save time, prevent mistakes, and make the entire garden easier to manage. For just a small investment, this is one Dollar Tree product that continues paying for itself season after season. Number 7. Collapsible Garden Harvest Basket. Every gardener knows the feeling. You head outside to pick a few tomatoes, a handful of beans, or some fresh herbs, and before you know it, your hands are full with nowhere to put them. That's exactly where Dollar Tree's new Collapsible Garden Harvest Basket proves its value. It may seem like a simple plastic basket, but its clever folding design makes it one of the most practical garden accessories you'll own. When you're not using it, it collapses flat in seconds, taking up almost no storage space. When harvest time arrives, it quickly pops open into a sturdy basket that's ready to carry everything from vegetables to flowers. The open design allows plenty of airflow, helping freshly picked produce stay cooler while you're working around the garden. It also prevents delicate fruits like tomatoes, strawberries, and peppers from getting crushed under their own weight, something that often happens when using grocery bags or buckets. Many gardeners also appreciate how lightweight it is. Even when filled with vegetables, it's easy to carry with one hand while using the other to continue harvesting. If you're gathering herbs, cut flowers, cucumbers, zucchini, or green beans, you'll immediately notice how much more convenient it is than making repeated trips back to the house. But its usefulness doesn't stop at harvest season. Gardeners use these baskets for transporting seed packets, hand tools, gloves, fertilizer, pruning shears, and even small flower pots while working around the yard. Some keep one in the garage for organizing gardening supplies, while others use it for farmers market trips or outdoor picnics. Cleaning is just as easy. Unlike woven baskets that trap dirt and moisture, this plastic version rinses clean with a garden hose and dries quickly, making it ready for the next harvest. Comparable collapsible baskets often sell for several times the price at hardware stores and garden centers. That's why Dollar Tree's version has become one of those hidden bargains that experienced shoppers look for every spring. It isn't the flashiest product in the garden aisle, but once you've used it for a few weeks, you'll probably wonder how you ever manage without it. Sometimes the simplest tools end up becoming the ones you reach for the most. Number 6. Flexible Plant Tie Roll. One of the easiest ways to damage a healthy plant is by tying it too tightly. As stems grow thicker, ordinary string, wire, or zip ties can cut into the plant, restrict growth, and even cause permanent damage. That's why Dollar Tree's new Flexible Plant Tie Roll has become one of the smartest gardening purchases of 2026. At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a simple roll of soft green material, but don't let its appearance fool you. Designed to stretch slightly while remaining secure, these plant ties provide gentle support without squeezing delicate stems. They're perfect for tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, climbing beans, roses, clematis, and dozens of other plants that need extra support throughout the growing season. As plants grow taller and heavier, you can easily adjust or replace the ties without harming the stems. The soft material also helps protect plants during windy weather. Instead of branches rubbing against stakes or cages and developing wounds, the flexible tie absorbs movement while keeping everything securely in place. Healthier stems mean healthier plants and, in many cases, better harvests. Experienced gardeners appreciate how easy these ties are to work with. You don't need scissors for every adjustment, and because they're reusable, one roll often lasts through multiple growing seasons. Simply untie them at the end of the year, coil them back up, and they're ready for next spring. Many shoppers discover they're useful far beyond the vegetable garden. They're excellent for securing young trees, supporting indoor houseplants, organizing irrigation tubing, bundling garden hoses, and even keeping extension cords neatly wrapped in the garage. Another advantage is their color. The green material blends naturally with foliage, making the ties nearly invisible once plants fill out. Unlike bright plastic zip ties or white string, they don't distract from the beauty of the garden. Comparable soft garden ties at home improvement stores often cost several dollars per roll, making Dollar Tree's version an exceptional bargain. It's one of those products that doesn't attract much attention on the shelf, but once gardeners try it, many come back to buy several more rolls before they're gone. Small details often make the biggest difference in a successful garden, and this inexpensive tool is proof that spending less doesn't have to mean sacrificing quality. Number 5. Decorative Riverstones. Sometimes the smallest finishing touches make the biggest difference. That's exactly why Dollar Tree's decorative riverstones have become one of the most popular garden purchases of 2026. They're affordable, versatile, and capable of making even the simplest flower bed look professionally designed. Most shoppers think these stones are only for decoration, but experienced gardeners know they serve several practical purposes as well. Spread around potted plants, they help reduce soil erosion when watering, minimize mud splashes after heavy rain, and slow down moisture evaporation during hot summer weather. Container gardeners especially appreciate them. A layer of smooth river stones gives planters a clean, polished appearance while also helping keep lightweight pots more stable on windy days. It's a simple upgrade that instantly makes inexpensive containers look much more expensive. Another clever use is creating attractive borders around small flower beds, bird baths, fountains, or garden statues. Even a narrow strip of decorative stones can add definition and contrast, making the entire landscape feel more organized and intentional. Some gardeners also place them around succulents and cacti, where the natural texture complements drought-tolerant plants while keeping leaves from sitting directly on damp soil. Others use them in fairy gardens, miniature landscapes, or decorative indoor planters for an elegant finishing touch. One growing trend this year is combining river stones with solar path lights and mulch to create a high-end landscape design without spending hundreds of dollars. The contrast between natural wood mulch, colorful flowers, and smooth stones creates a clean, upscale appearance that's often seen in professionally landscaped yards. Unlike wood mulch that eventually decomposes, river stones can be reused year after year. Simply rinse them off if they become dusty or dirty, and they'll continue looking great season after season with almost no maintenance. Comparable decorative stones at garden centers often come in much smaller bags for a much higher price. That's one reason Dollar Tree's version sells so quickly during spring and summer. Shoppers know they're getting an affordable material that improves both the appearance and function of their garden. If you're looking for an inexpensive way to make your outdoor space look more polished, decorative river stones are one of those simple upgrades that deliver an impressive transformation for very little money. Number 4. Pop-up garden waste bag. Every gardener loves planting, but almost nobody enjoys cleaning up afterward. After just one afternoon of pruning, weeding, or trimming, you're often left with piles of leaves, branches, weeds, and grass clippings scattered across the yard. That's where Dollar Tree's new pop-up garden waste bag becomes an absolute game changer. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary fabric bag, but thanks to its built-in spring frame, it instantly pops open and stays upright on its own, leaving both of your hands free while you work. Instead of constantly bending over to hold open a trash bag or making countless trips to the compost pile, you simply toss everything inside as you move through the garden. Its generous size makes it perfect for collecting weeds, dead flowers, fallen leaves, hedge trimmings, and even vegetables that are past their prime. Once it's full, sturdy carrying handles make it easy to transport the contents to your compost bin, yard waste container, or disposal area. Many gardeners quickly discover that it isn't just for garden cleanup. It's equally useful for gathering children's outdoor toys, transporting bags of mulch, storing empty flower pots, organizing hand tools, or carrying firewood during cooler months. Some even keep one in the trunk of their car for shopping trips or outdoor events because it folds down neatly when not in use. Unlike disposable plastic bags that tear easily on sharp branches or rose thorns, this reusable bag is designed to handle heavier garden debris while standing up to repeated use throughout the season. A quick rinse with the hose is usually all it takes to clean it before the next project. Another feature gardeners appreciate is how much time it saves. Rather than stopping every few minutes to empty a small bucket or drag around a bulky trash can, you can continue working efficiently until the bag is full. That means less interruption and more time actually enjoying your garden. Garden centers often charge several times more for similar pop-up yard bags, making Dollar Tree's version one of the best hidden bargains in the seasonal aisle. It's not the flashiest product you'll find, but it's one that many experienced gardeners end up using almost every single week. If you enjoy spending time outdoors, this simple tool can make cleanup faster, easier, and far less frustrating, proving once again that some of the best gardening investments don't have to cost very much. Number 3. Heavy-duty weed barrier fabric. Weeds are one of the biggest frustrations every gardener faces. No matter how much time you spend pulling them, they always seem to come back. That's why Dollar Tree's new heavy-duty weed barrier fabric has become one of the most valuable garden products to grab before it disappears from store shelves. Unlike thin plastic sheets that trap water or tear after a few weeks, this woven landscape fabric is designed to block sunlight from reaching weed seeds while still allowing air, rain, and irrigation water to pass through to your plant's roots. The result is healthier garden beds with far less maintenance throughout the growing season. It's incredibly versatile. Use it beneath raised beds, vegetable rows, flower borders, gravel pathways, or around young trees and shrubs. Once it's covered with mulch, decorative stones, or wood chips, it becomes almost invisible while quietly preventing hundreds of unwanted weeds from taking over your garden. Many experienced gardeners also appreciate how much time it saves. Instead of spending every weekend pulling weeds, you can focus on planting, harvesting, pruning, or simply enjoying your outdoor space. Less competition from weeds also means vegetables and flowers have better access to water and nutrients, often resulting in stronger growth and higher yields. Another advantage is moisture conservation. Because the fabric reduces direct sunlight hitting the soil, water evaporates more slowly during hot weather. That means fewer watering sessions and healthier plants, especially during long summer heat waves. Creative homeowners have found dozens of additional uses beyond the garden. Some install it under decorative rock landscaping around mailboxes, beneath playground areas, or under paver walkways to keep unwanted vegetation from growing through the surface. Unlike cheaper alternatives that often fall apart after one season, this updated version is surprisingly durable when properly installed and protected with mulch or gravel. Many gardeners get several seasons of use before needing replacement, making it an excellent long-term value. Comparable landscape fabric at home improvement stores can cost several times more for a similar amount, which explains why Dollar Tree's version rarely stays on the shelves once spring gardening season begins. If you're tired of fighting weeds year after year, this may be one of the smartest investments you can make. It won't eliminate every weed forever, but it can dramatically reduce the time and effort needed to keep your garden looking clean, healthy, and beautifully maintained. Number 2. 2026 Premium Potting Mix. Not every great garden starts with expensive plants. In fact, experienced gardeners will tell you that healthy soil is far more important than anything growing in it. That's why Dollar Tree's new Premium Potting Mix has quietly become one of the most sought-after garden products of 2026. Many people assume that because it's inexpensive, the quality must be poor. But this year's updated formula has surprised a lot of gardeners. It's light, drains well, and provides a balanced growing environment that's ideal for container plants, hanging baskets, herbs, flowers, and young vegetable seedlings. Unlike heavy garden soil that easily becomes compacted in pots, a quality potting mix allows roots to spread freely while still holding enough moisture to keep plants hydrated between waterings. Better root development means healthier foliage, stronger stems, and more productive harvests later in the season. This potting mix works especially well for tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, basil, strawberries, and many flowering annuals. Whether you're filling patio containers, window boxes, or raised planters, it's an easy way to give young plants a healthy start without spending a fortune. Experienced gardeners often improve it even further by blending in compost, worm castings, or slow-release fertilizer. That simple combination creates a growing medium that rivals much more expensive premium mixes sold at garden centers. Another advantage is convenience. Instead of buying one large, heavy bag that's difficult to transport, many shoppers prefer purchasing several smaller bags from Dollar Tree. They're easier to carry, easier to store, and perfect for topping off containers or refreshing old potting soil throughout the growing season. This product also reduces waste. If you're planting only a few pots or replacing soil in a couple of containers, buying exactly what you need makes much more sense than opening a huge bag that sits unused for months. Comparable potting mixes from big box garden centers often cost several times more, making Dollar Tree's version one of the best values available for gardeners on a budget. It's one of those products that experienced shoppers grab early because once planting season reaches its peak, the shelves empty surprisingly fast. Healthy gardens always begin below the surface, and for such an affordable price, this simple bag of potting mix may be one of the smartest purchases you'll make all year. Number 1. Self-watering elevated planter. Taking the number 1 spot is a product that has been generating more excitement than almost anything else in Dollar Tree's garden collection this year: the new self-watering elevated planter. It combines several features gardeners are looking for in one simple product. The raised design makes planting, watering, and harvesting much more comfortable by reducing the need to constantly bend or kneel. Whether you're growing herbs on a patio, lettuce on a balcony, or colorful flowers by the front door, this planter offers both convenience and style. The built-in water reservoir is what really sets it apart. Instead of watering every single day during hot weather, the reservoir slowly supplies moisture to the soil, helping plants stay hydrated for much longer. Consistent moisture encourages stronger root systems, healthier growth, and fewer problems caused by soil drying out too quickly. This makes it especially useful for busy homeowners, beginners, older gardeners, or anyone who occasionally forgets to water their plants. Even during the hottest weeks of summer, plants experience less stress, producing healthier leaves, stronger stems, and often more flowers or vegetables. The elevated design also helps keep many common garden pests at bay. Slugs, snails, and crawling insects have a harder time reaching your plants, while the improved height makes routine maintenance much easier. Harvesting fresh herbs or leafy greens becomes a quick, comfortable task instead of a chore. Another reason this planter has become so popular is its versatility. Gardeners are using it for basil, mint, parsley, spinach, lettuce, strawberries, peppers, and even compact cherry tomatoes. Others place several side by side to create an attractive mini kitchen garden outside the back door, keeping fresh ingredients within easy reach. Creative shoppers have found even more uses. Some use these planters to grow pollinator-friendly flowers that attract bees and butterflies, while others create colorful mixed arrangements that instantly brighten patios, porches, and apartment balconies. Despite its affordable price, the clean, modern design blends surprisingly well with much more expensive outdoor decor. Comparable self-watering raised planters at garden centers often cost 5 to 10 times as much. That's exactly why this Dollar Tree version has become one of the first products to disappear whenever new seasonal inventory arrives. If you only have room in your cart for one garden product this year, make it this one. It solves multiple gardening problems at once, works for almost any outdoor space, and delivers far more value than its price suggests. And judging by how quickly it's selling, you may not get a second chance to grab one before it's gone. If you've made it all the way to the end of the countdown, you're already ahead of most Dollar Tree shoppers. As you've seen, some of the best garden products aren't always the biggest or most expensive. They're often the simple, practical tools that make gardening easier, healthier, and a lot more enjoyable. The key is shopping early. Seasonal garden items at Dollar Tree rarely stay in stock for long, and once they're gone, there's no guarantee they'll be restocked. If something on today's list caught your attention, it's worth checking your local store sooner rather than later. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which product on today's list would you buy first? Have you already discovered a hidden Dollar Tree garden find that deserves to be on our next countdown? Share your favorite bargains in the comments below. Your recommendation might help another gardener save money on their next shopping trip. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more Dollar Tree deals, gardening hacks, budget-friendly outdoor projects, and seasonal garden finds, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy gardening!